everyone, welcome back. So today I have a monthly makeup routine. I haven't done a monthly makeup routine since March. I think March was my last one. So got one of those for you today. I am going to get cracking and start with a primer. I've been really liking this one this month. As you know, July started off being like rainy and a bit miserable, but then we had a heat wave, and to all of those in hotter countries that are like, get a grip, it's not a heat wave, we are not prepared for the heat. But I have found that this has kept my makeup on really nicely, and when I wore this it didn't separate. So foundation wise, the one I've been using most is this one, the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Mine's in the shade Snow. Ha 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 ha. Let's all have a giggle about that. So I just pop a bit of that on the back of my hand and then blow it. I don't know if this does anything, I've done it for ages. Just kind of spreads it out, gives me a thin layer so that I can disperse it evenly, and I'm using that with a beauty blender. So love this foundation, but it can go on a bit heavier. Oh, look at this nice little spot. It's nearly on its way out, so it's just kind of like a flat spot right now, but not to worry, not to worry. So my family are actually going to America earlier than me. What do you do on a long haul flight? I'm going to do a video called Surviving a Long Haul Flight because I've got my tips and tricks, but this is the first time I've ever done a long haul flight by myself because I'm meeting them out there. Their house sitters have just arrived. They just called me to sort things out, and then my house sitters are going to come when I'm in Liverpool. And yeah, Rupert's going to have a grand old time at Laura's. She's got 2 pugs too, so I trust her with him. For concealer, I've been using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I've been flitting between this and the NARS one, and a lot of you have asked me which one I prefer. I feel like this one's a little bit more lightweight and creamy, whereas that one's a bit more heavy coverage. It's still not cakey, like it doesn't create creasing under the eye or anything, but I think I just prefer this one at the moment. I really love it. Mine's in the lightest shade. It's really great because there are quite a few variations of the palette, and so we've got the lightest with rose undertones, the lightest with yellow undertones. Like, it's really good. There's a huge range of shades, so you'll definitely find the one for you. But I'm just gonna pop that where I'm putting it. What do you guys think about the 100 layers challenge? I've been watching some of them, but like I just can't watch the liquid lipstick one anymore. I like the foundation one, that's quite interesting. 100 layers of foundation, they look insane. I could do 100 layers of highlight though. That's not a problem for me, it's probably what I do anyway. Oh, let's talk about Fleur. So Fleur de Force, she's brought out her new book, The Luxe Life. I really love it. The cover is just beautiful. I really loved her first book, The Glam Guide, and she describes this one as like its big sister, and I really love it. It's like, you don't have to be like rich, and you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, but it's just like keeping yourself put together. And then there's DIYs, there's food, there's fashion, there's life. Like, I just really like it. I love Fleur so much. I think she's got a great work ethic. I think she's absolutely lovely. I went on a press trip with her recently, and she's just so nice. And she's stayed completely true throughout her whole time on YouTube, so I really love it. It's a great book. I've had an ultimate read through of it. Now that that's all buffed in, going in with the same powder as always. This is the L'Oreal Nude Magique BB powder. This brush as well is just ideal. This is a Real Techniques setting brush. It's absolutely perfect for just setting the sort of smaller detailed areas. So if you don't want to powder everywhere and just do like a light powder of certain areas, then this is a really good brush. Like, absolutely love it. So for contour, I've been using the Too Faced Cocoa Contour. As always, I just can't find one that beats it, or I think because this one's just always out because it doesn't fit in my everyday makeup bag, then that's why. But my typical thing that I do every Sunday is I go through my makeup collection and pick products and put it in my Zoella makeup bag and use those for the week and see like what I think. But sometimes the products just stay the same because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But equally, I love to try new things, but I haven't got any new contoury type things recently, so that's probably why, because I always like to try new things once I get them. So for blush, I've been liking using a H&M one. This is a cream blush in Dusty Rose. So I love the H&M makeup. My local one has just had a huge revamp of the store. So we've got all the makeup because we didn't have it before. And then Jodie, she was staying with me last week. She has done a whole series on, like, she did it every day last week, testing makeup brands. So like one day it was testing Primark makeup, testing Poundland makeup, testing kids makeup, testing Soap and Glory, testing Makeup Revolution, testing Topshop, testing H&M. And when she did the testing H&M, I was like, I need to go back in there because the only time I've ever bought H&M makeup was when it first launched, and I did a video on it. I did a haul and first impressions application, and her makeup looked so flawless, and she did like a full face of H&M. So we're talking foundation, primer, like absolutely everything was H&M, and it just looked amazing. I think it was one of my favourite ones she did. So definitely check that out if you want to. I'll leave a link to that. Well, I'll just leave her channel down below because she's got so many new testing videos. Time for some highlight. I've actually put the Mary Lou away for a couple of weeks. I've been using this. This is the, I don't know what on earth is on it, but this is the Urban Decay Afterglow highlighter in Sin. It is a powder highlighter. I really love it. I just wish there was a mirror in there. But I'm using that with a fan brush from Real Techniques, my favourite new brush. I just absolutely love it. So I pop a little bit of that down the centre. If I could compare this to the Mary Luminizer by The Balm, it's very similar, but it's just a little bit whittled down, I would say. Oh, it's not. You can like, you know, up the ante. But I'd say it's less gold, but they're so similar. Like, it's really difficult to recommend one over the other. They are very, very similar. I just love my highlight, so I have to try them all. Gotta catch them all, as they say. Pokemon Go, are you playing it? I'm not, because I can't be bothered. It's time to get some eyebrows on this face because, as you can tell, my natural brows are very fair. Gonna do the other one and then we're gonna move on to eyes. So for my eyes, things have been a little bit different, and this is the main thing that you guys have been asking about in my hauls for haul week and just videos this month. You've been like, what's on your eyes? And plus I think you've been able to see it better as well because my fringe has been back, because I just can't cope with fringe in heat. How do you all cope, ladies, with fringes? So the fringe may have to go into hibernation. I hope you don't mind. But I've been starting off using a little crease brush from Zoeva, and then the shade Charmed, I'm sure, from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, which is just like a matte brown. So the reason I'm using this palette, there is no reason. You just literally need a matte brown. It's just whatever was nearby. So I actually start off with the crease colour. I don't know why, I don't think it matters that much, but it just sort of sets things. And then I can just go in and pat my main eyeshadow on. So I've been flitting between like this and then a Nude Rose palette by Collection, and then the Urban Decay Naked 3 for the crease colour. Like, it really doesn't matter, it's just whatever's hanging around. And then I go on to the main attraction of the eyes, which is my favourite. And then the main attraction is this NARS eyeshadow. This is in the shade Himalia. I actually picked this up in Duty Free and I absolutely adore it. So I've literally been popping that on with my finger and patting, because look at that colour payoff. I've been just popping that all over the lid. I'm so pleased I picked this up. I picked it up on such a whim. Like, I literally swatched it and I was like, yes, This is the one for me. It's just such a perfect everyday, really easy eye look, like done. I like to pop a tiny bit underneath in the lower lash line, not too much, but just so it continues. And then what I do is just go in with the light cocoa from my contour kit, just because it's out, or a light shade from whatever eyeshadow palette I'm using, and I just pat that on a teeny bit in the inner corners just to add a little bit of eye brightening, and then I pop that above the eyeshadow underneath the brow bone. And then guys, this is a game changer. This is a very new launch, but it's like an instant favourite. You know when you have something and you try it and you're like, this is the one. This is the Soap & Glory Supercat liner skinny. So you know I love the original Supercat liner, but this is an extra skinny version and it's just absolutely incredible. It's so easy, like people that can't do liquid liner, you'd be so good with this. You can so use this. So I absolutely adore it. Let's get doing this, shall we? Even if you want like a thick winged liner, then this is still fine because it's just great to get the detail in, get right close to the root, get really close to the root of the lashes, and then because it's so skinny, if it's a bit jagged, you can really smooth that over, and I just absolutely love it. It's so easy. Of the lashes using my all-time favourite Tarte lash curlers. And then the mascara duo I've been using the Dior Maximizer 3D Lash Primer and then the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash Mascara. So it's kind of a pricey duo, but I will say, like the L'Oreal False Lash Superstar, the double-ended one, pretty much does the same thing. So I've just been thinking like I've got so many mascaras, I just need to keep doing new ones. I'm just gonna fill in. I hate when I do when you curl your lashes and then a bit of the liner comes off. Does anyone know how you can prevent that? That'd be amazing. Mascara primers are literally my favourite thing. They make such a difference. Then the normal mascara, I love the wand as well. It's really thin and compact and it just does an amazing job. So on my lips, I have been using Angel by MAC. So last but not least, we're going to apply that. Let me just get whatever is on the lips off. Blah, blah, blah. So this is my first ever MAC lipstick. I picked this up when I was in Switzerland actually. I always thought the first one I would buy would be Creme Cup because I remember back in the day watching Miss Glamorazzi, or Ingrid now, and she used to wear that all the time and I was like, oh, when I grow up I'm gonna get that. But no, this was my first one and I really love it. So that is my monthly makeup routine for the month of July. I know that my makeup does tend to always look the same. I'm well aware of that, but a lot of you still ask in the comments for an updated routine or what's on your eyes or can you do a tutorial on this look. So I still like to do them every now and again, and a lot of these products are different. The eye looks different. We've got a bit of NARS action going on, and just while we're at it, I'm just going to pop a final layer on the top. Tap tap. What an attractive face. So absolutely love the mascara. It really, really lengthens the lashes. I love the lipstick. So this is the finished look. Not quite. Final step, the Avon Magix Prime and Set Spray. I don't use this to prime, but I use it to set. I really love it. Plus it gives you like an instant cool down, which is quite necessary at the moment. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a big fat thumbs up if you enjoyed it. What have you been wearing in the month of July? What is your go-to in the warmer months? I am on the hunt for a really light base, or am I? Shall I just pop a bit of concealer on? You know how it is. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!